Hello, I'm Matthew Joseph, and I'm going to talk about obtaining an employment-based green card in the United States. What is a green card? A green card is an informal term for lawful permanent resident status. This means that a green card holder is allowed to live and work in the United States for as long as he or she likes. They have the intent to stay in the United States on a permanent basis. First, you must have an employer agree to sponsor you for a green card. Most immigrants will need a labor certification to start the green card process. There are certain exceptions. For example, multinational executives and managers and investors who invest at least $500,000 or $1 million in the United States do not need to get a labor certification before obtaining the green card. Also, if you have family members who are also applying for the green card, they do not need to obtain a labor certification as well. Only the principal beneficiary needs a labor certification. A labor certification is issued by the United States Department of Labor. It is a certification that the department is satisfied that the employer has tested the labor market to make sure that there are no minimally qualified U.S. workers available to fill the position for which they're sponsoring the foreign worker. A labor certification involves several steps. An employer must first obtain a prevailing wage determination from the state workforce agency. This is to ensure not only that the immigrant worker is paid fairly, but also that U.S. workers don't have their wages undercut by foreign workers. Next, the employer must conduct a recruitment process to show the Department of Labor that they made a good faith effort to find qualified U.S. workers for the position. Finally, once the recruitment is finished, the employer has to file an application in the PERM system. This is done online through the United States Department of Labor's website. Many people want to know how long a labor certification takes to get approved. The answer is, I don't know. It varies. Sometimes it only takes a few weeks. Other times it takes months, or in some cases even years, before the Department of Labor approves the labor certification. Many times the Department of Labor conducts an audit, which prolongs the approval process. The employer is required to submit additional documentation to make sure that they conducted the process fairly. The next step to getting a green card is an immigrant visa petition, a so-called I-140. There are different categories of immigrant visas. There's one category for multinational executives and managers. Immigrants applying for green cards in this category do not need to obtain a labor certification before applying for the immigrant visa. There's another category for members of the professions holding an advanced degree. Another category, the largest one, is for professional and skilled workers. There are other immigrant visa categories for religious workers, low-skilled laborers, and investors who invest at least $500,000 or $1 million in the United States. Once the immigrant visa petition is approved, the next step and final one to getting a green card is applying for adjustment of status. You're not allowed to apply for adjustment of status until your priority date is current. The priority date is determined by the date on which the Department of Labor receives your labor certification application. Every month, the United States Department of State issues a visa bulletin indicating how many immigrant visas are available in each category and what priority dates are current. You must wait until your priority date is current before you're allowed to apply for adjustment of status. In many cases, immigrants have to wait several years before their priority date is current. The green card process takes a long time, so be patient. When you apply for adjustment of status, in addition to all the paperwork you have to send in, you also have to go through a simple medical exam by a USCIS-approved civil surgeon. Finally, you'll have to show up for an interview at USCIS before your green card is issued. After 5 years in lawful permanent resident status, you're eligible to apply for citizenship in the United States. Many people who apply for adjustment of status do so while they're in non-immigrant status in the United States. and are concerned about what to do if their non-immigrant status expires while their adjustment of status application is pending. Most people should apply for a work permit and a travel permit. These will allow you to travel in and out of the United States freely without a visa and also work. If you have more questions about obtaining a green card, please consult an immigration attorney. Thank you.